So the first thing to do when you want to create a new image for the banner up here on the Awaken site is to open up the template file that I've created for you, which is called FlashRotatorTemplate.psd. I'm just going to double click that. Okay, and what you can see here is there's three groups and then a background layer. Okay, the underlay group is, if I turn that off and on, you can see it's a concrete backdrop. In case you have something that's transparent, what'll show through is that concrete stuff. Okay, and then you've got the top layer. If I turn that on and off, you can see that is what makes it look like the background of the site is actually bleeding into the image itself. So there's black at the top corners, and then white at the bottom kind of bleeds up. And what that is actually just graphics that we've put in as an overlay over everything. So that means you want to put your stuff right in the middle, so that if it's got a clear background, you'll see concrete underneath it, and you'll have the overspray above it. Okay, so what we're going to do is just quickly do that. What I'm going to do is open up some photos to put in here. We'll do a quick little collage. Okay, just grab the first two. Let's see. Let's do something with people. We'll do that, and then that close up there. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is resize these first. So I go to image size, and that's 940 pixels wide. So I'm just going to resize these down because I know they're pretty big. To wait, what was that? 940? 940. Okay, yeah. 940. I better put it at 72. We'll choose sharper because we're reducing it. Okay. Resize this down as well to 940. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just click and drag the background layer over to our working project. Do the same thing with this one. Click and drag it over. I'm done with those. I can close them. Don't need to save. Okay, so here we go. So it put them inside the group that I had highlighted. All right, so I'll get these centered. Let's see, what do I want to do? I think I'll just throw a mask on here and do a collage. Move that over. So click on that. I'll choose a nice big brush, something a little grungy. Mask that. I think I'll do all the way over to there. Okay. All right, so now I've got our just basic collage going on. And with the Awaken site, we're trying to keep things really punchy graphically. So I'm going to add an adjustment layer here. Hold Alt or Option down your keyboard and click the adjustment layer. Choose levels and use the previous layer to create a clipping mask so that it will only affect the layer directly beneath it. And I'm just going to crunch these levels together to punch up the contrast on that and the saturation. I'll do the same thing with this layer. Alt or Option, create a new levels adjustment layer, create a clipping mask, and crunch things up a little bit. That kind of blown out look. And just to do before and after, this is before, this is the raw image, and then with the adjustment layer, and that's it. I have just created a new template thing. Okay, so save as, because I want to keep the original template file the way it was, and I'll name this new pick and save it as a Yeah, I want to save this as a new Photoshop file because I want to be able to re-edit this later if need be. And so you can see on the desktop here, it just created new pic.psd. Okay, go back into Photoshop, and now what I'm going to do is save for web. Save for web and devices. What this is going to do, if you don't know Photoshop very well, what this will do is automatically optimize this for use on a website. Okay, for quality, you can play around with this. You want to go as low as possible while it's still keeping it looking good. Sometimes you can get away with medium. Usually you have to do high, or else you start getting all these nasty, like blurry artifacts and stuff. I'm just going to go with medium for now. You do want it to be progressive, which means it downloads it in multiple passes. Click Save. New pic.jpg is fine. Okay, we can close that. And there you go. There's new pic.jpg. If I drag this into a browser, you can see there it is. So that's it. In the next video, what I'll do is show you how to upload that to the Awaken website.